Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of RE/MAX Associated Realty. MyNextHomeFinder.com.
Treasure Coast Connector. Connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Well, welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. My company by the same name is one of the show's sponsors, and we help business owners put a spotlight on their company's products and services in the marketplace to get attention. We do this through websites and lead generation campaigns, social media marketing, advertising, PR, articles in the news, and so much more. The details are on the website, www.tcconnector.com, or call 772-925-4557. Treasure Coast Connector, the show, puts a spotlight on local business people because everyone has an interesting story of why they do what they do. When we get to know them and do business locally, it strengthens our local economy. There is a local author joining me in the studio today. She has written a book to help herself cope with the loss of a loved one, her son. She also hoped that this book would help others, and it has had a profound impact and a far-reaching effect on others. Wanda Weathersby is an author and poet. She's here to discuss her book, Say Their Name, A Mother's Expression of Healing and Love. So welcome to the show, Wanda.
Thank you.
I am so happy to have you here. Yes, and after hearing from others, at like Anna Valencia's luncheon, and people have been buying the book. I've seen the book go flying literally out the door at a lot of these events. And I think that people, have just realized that they know people that it is going to help. But before we get into all of that, what made you decide, first of all, to just start writing poetry?
I've been writing poetry at a young age as a child, and I began to write from my hurt and from my pain in a way that I would like to help others through their pain and through their loss. And that's why I started writing.
Wonderful. Now you took that a step further and you published a book. So you're a published author. And what made you want to become an author?
When I first started writing the poems, I had no intention of becoming an author. I was just writing my feelings down on paper. And I would meet once a month with some ladies in Denver that had lost children. And at the end of each meeting, I would read one of the poems that God had allowed me to write. And they would always say, you should get this published. And at the end of reading each poem, a lot of the times there would be tears in their eyes, and then they would, they were filled with emotions from what I had written and thinking of the loss of their child as well. So that inspired me.
Oh, very good. Very good. So now with this book, and I'm going to look at it again, Say Their Name, A Mother's Expression of Healing and Love. So let's start now talking about this book and going into some of the details of the book.
Well, I first start off with the book sharing how I lost my son and what that day was like for me. And it was like a snowy day. It was on Thanksgiving Day. So I lead that into letting you know where the pain was for me, because at that time of writing that poem, I didn't know my son had passed. So that led me to write a book. But the book itself will take you on a gentle journey of grief, healing, and love. And it walks you on a relationship that I have with God and how I build on that relationship in my hurt and pain.
Yeah, because sometimes people question God, of course, when things happen that are bad in our lives, regardless of if it's a loss of a loved one or something else happened, in our lives, and we turn to God and we ask why. But for those of us that, have faith and can harness that faith. And my husband was on this show not too long ago. Thankfully, his, heart issue, he's around, thankfully. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But it was still to hear that he had to have a triple bypass. But it was our faith that allowed us to just move forward every day. It was amazing. And through devotionals that we get every day, it was like God wrote every single passage just for him at that moment. It was, you understand what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So now the title, Say Their Name, you explained that beautifully at an event. So how did you come up with the title?
It's important to me that I want others to know that it's okay to say my son's name. It actually brings me joy. It makes me smile. And I love hearing my son's name. And when I wrote the book and my husband read the book, he said, he didn't know that because he even thought, that maybe if he would mention Calvin, that, it might make me cry or might make me, get emotional. But I'm going to cry anyway because I'm an emotional person.
Yeah.
But it let him know, and I think it will let anyone else know that when you say someone's name and the loved one's gone, it really makes them smile inside because then they know you haven't forgotten them.
Yeah.
Then they know that you are still, thinking about them. If you tell a story about them or something that you remember, it really blesses the person in that loss.
Yeah, I agree. And especially maybe at a family gathering at a holiday. And then when you start talking about Calvin, then it encourages other people. Maybe they wanted to share something. Maybe they had a dream about him a few days before the holiday because they were thinking about him. You know how that is?
Yes.
And you have that dream. And then at the dinner, they want to share their story. And then then I bet you at dinner tables all around the country, your book has helped people then start talking about their loved one. I still talk about my mom. I talk about the fact that I'm grounded for at least 6 months when it's my turn when I get up there because of stuff I've done here. She makes me laugh. She would always say, oh, that's not good. When I was, an adult child, let's say, and she wouldn't agree with all of my decisions. So now that she's up there, she can't say anything. But I just joke around that, I'm grounded for at least 6 months when I get up there. So, but that actually leads me to another point is the fact that this does help not only heal the reader, I'm sure.
Yes.
But this book, okay, and I have it here. I'm going to hold it up. And so now this book is from my dear friend Nancy, who unfortunately just recently lost her husband to cancer. I'm going to send this. Thank you so much for signing this.
Thank you.
But what I envision, knowing my friend like I do, I envision her reading it cover to cover and crying intermittently in between. I'm sure that will happen and it'll make her laugh. But I think every now and then in a quiet moment, she's going to circle back. I know she'll dog ear pages too. And she'll circle back and maybe just read 1 or 2 poems for that uplifting moment that it'll give them. Is that something that you do, or do you know others that do that with your book?
Yes, I've had people tell me that they either will get the book and they can't put it down, or they'll get the book and just read a few pages and think about it and then go back to it because for some, it's an emotional read, but it's also a healing read as well.
Yeah. And what I like to say about books, when you can't put them down, it's like invisible hands come out and caress you and make you sit and not move until the book is done. That. Yeah. So I've had that happen to me with a number of my books. But I also have to say that you picked a really nice paper for your cover. It has a suede feeling. You actually, it feels really nice to the touch. You don't want to put it down, actually. I'm just saying that's another little detail about the book. And we're still in the first half of the show. And so I know that as we're talking, that people want to know how do they get their hands on a copy. we're going to have you repeat it in the second half, but tell everyone how they can connect with you for this book.
I would say go to my website, which is forhim36.com, or they can purchase the book also on Amazon. Or if someone would like to reach out to me, my email is the same. It's forhim36@yahoo.com.
Okay. All right. Very good. Excellent. And actually, that might even be nice for people if they have feelings of what the book has done for them to share with you too.
Yes, I love hearing people tell me how the book has helped them.
Well, very good. And you know what we're going to do? We're almost at 11 minutes. I'm on time. Cindy, she doesn't have to worry about me. We're going to take a very quick break, but Wanda Weathersby is going to read a passage when we get back. Stay tuned.
Water service? Don't let your money go down the drain. Make sure to get a quote from Affordable Water. Many times, Affordable Water's original price is less than the competitor's discount price. Yes, Affordable Water really is affordable. Make sure to get a quote today, because you haven't gotten a quote until it's affordable. Affordable Water.
Call 589-7677 or you reach 20. Call the Pure Water Pros. Affordable water.
Hello, this is Carol Jean Jordan, your tax collector here in Indian River County. All of our offices are scheduling appointments for in-office services, but you can get that little yellow sticker quicker by using our express lane. It's fast, convenient, and free when you pay with an e-check. Renew your registration on our website and select Pick Up at the Tax Collector's Office. Order before 3 p.m. and you can pick up your little yellow sticker on the same day. Order at irctax.com. That's irctax.com.
Everyone wants to do their part in preventing the spread of the coronavirus, and doing your laundry the right way can help. This is Tom Rhodes, owner of Sunshine Laundries, with some helpful laundering tips. Do not shake dirty laundry, because that can disperse the virus through the air. If you're out and about around other people, change your clothes when you get home in case your clothing picked up the virus. For more helpful coronavirus fighting tips, visit sunshinelaundries.com.
Vision Eye Center invites you to visit Dr. Paul Minotti, Dr. David O'Brien, Dr. Stephen Tate, and Dr. Robert Reinauer for customized cataract surgery, laser vision correction, state-of-the-art glaucoma treatment and surgery, retina care, and eyelid surgery, plus general ophthalmology. New Vision Eye Center provides world-class eye care in a patient-friendly environment. 772-257-8700 or visit newvisioneyecenter.com.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras, and I've been chatting with Wanda Weathersby about her book, her first book, because I know that there's a lot more in her that's going to come out, but we're going to talk about the first book, and that is Say Their Name, a mother's expression of healing and love.
Yes.
Okay. And so we talked about the book, but I would love for you to read a passage, please.
Thank you. I'm going to read I Would Never Have Left Your Side. And it says, I would have never left your side. I would have saved you if I could. I would hold on to every moment as any mother would. I would think of all the things I needed to say before you went away. Listen one more time to hear your voice. If I only had the chance, you'd be here on earth with me, making plans for days ahead. Things left undone remain undone. Dreams seem to stop in the tracks. Why does it hurt so very much to see you go? Why didn't I know time was so short? So today, I told a young lady, not speaking to her mom, she's wasting precious time in closing the door on the woman who gave her life. My prayer for that mother and child, God help them in their strife. Life's too short not to love. Life's too short to hold on to words that hurt us yesterday, because tomorrow is not promised we will stay. My heart bleeds, that you are gone. I keep telling myself to go on in this pain, standing in the rain. Just know, my child, I will have never left your side.
Wow. So yes, so there's going to be people that are reading that, like myself, getting a little choked up, that, you know, and Cindy's, oh, she's bawling. No, well, she's a little teary too. But listening to this poem, you know, you and these other people that are listening to that, this is just one of many that are comprised in your book that are going to help people through their walk. And I have to tell you that one of the things that I thought of were the people that are alive and well, that maybe are estranged from family. It might not be a parent and a child. It could be sisters, brother and sister, you know, husband and wife. Even, I mean, it could be anybody that is feeling upset with someone. Maybe they've stopped talking. And I bet your book has helped even bridge the gap where people think, oh my gosh, what would happen if that person, something happened to them unexpectedly?
Yes.
So have you heard that people say that's helped rebuild or mend fences? Because I can see it.
Yes. For the young girl that I met that day, she was somewhat adamant about not speaking to her mom, but it gave me the opportunity to witness to her about life and how short life is. And it truly was my prayer, and it still is, that she would make amends with her mom, because God only gives us one mother.
Yes.
And once someone is gone, you can't go taking anything back or saying anything. They're gone. Yeah. So every day is precious. Every moment that we are breathing, that we wake up each day, is a gift from God that none of us should ever take for granted. I know none of us will live forever, but while we're here on earth, I pray that we make amends. Yes. With those that we love and that love us.
Yes. So for people that want the book, obviously for themselves, to deal with a loss, or it's an amazing gift to someone else that they know that is dealing with a loss, whether it's a child or another loved one. Okay. And then, of course, for people that maybe they can write a note and put it in that book and mail it to the person that they're separated from as a way to
make amends,
open that door to communication. So for those that want your book, now that we're in the second half, if somebody's just tuning in now, how do they get in touch with you?
You would get in touch with me on my website, forhim36.com, or my email address is forhim36@yahoo.com.
Okay, and then the book, Say Their Name, A Mother's Expression of Healing and Love by Wanda Weathersby, is also available on Amazon.
Yes.
So go to the website, go to Amazon.
Yes.
I just love pointing and telling people what to do. Can't help it, because this book is amazing, and I'm just so grateful to get the book, to buy that book for my friend. So you are okay. So we're good with time, because there's a few things. You are also going to release this book in Spanish.
Yes.
Also. So how far out? Are we talking months or a little bit longer?
The book will be released within the next month.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Within the next month in Spanish.
Okay. Excellent. That's wonderful. And then, you had mentioned that, we were talking about like what their feelings were and reactions, but there was a testimonial that you wanted to read. I would love for you to share that.
Okay. This is from Ardith. She said, I would start reading and tears started to flow. Then I would stop for a day and start reading again, cry, then smile. Your words as a mother and the words that are in Calvin's voice flowing through you are so beautiful. I read them over and over. I think you have expressed what I didn't have words for. I can say that I found lines in every one of the poems, love letters that captured my heart and my emotions.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. That's really lovely. I also think about the grief counseling groups all around this country, all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
That would be an amazing part of, you know, their group, or book clubs even for discussion.
Yes.
That would be amazing. And you even said that somebody purchased it to give a eulogy?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I've had 2 people share that they've used this book for eulogy.
Yeah, because I think what happens with, you know, poems especially, or just even passages of a book, that sometimes people are feeling a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
but they have a hard time expressing it.
Yes.
And then they read something and it's as if you read their mind.
Yes.
So then that makes it a lot easier for then someone to read it as a eulogy as well, you
Yes.
know, as opposed to them having to come up with something on their own. Because not all of us are talented wordsmiths, you know, but this actually was, you said that God like literally directed all of this.
I feel like he did, because when I would walk around the track when I lived in Wyoming, I would write poems and tears would flow, and I just would feel God leading me through each poem that I would write.
Mm-hmm.
And it began to bless me in my healing process,
Mm-hmm.
because when you first lose someone, the pain is so raw, it hurts so much, until for me, all I did was cry. And the pain is so intense at the beginning. And for me, the pain is still there, but it's not as intense as it was.
Yeah, this has helped you deal with those emotions.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. There was something else. You know what? There's something else that I just thought of.
Okay.
Statistically, when, you know, especially during the law, like when you lose a child, they say statistically a lot of marriages they just falter and they struggle. Sometimes they end up in divorce. I bet you this book would also probably help perhaps both of the parents come together. Yeah, we've got 2 minutes. Cindy will give us 2 more, won't? No, she won't. But we do have 2 minutes left, so thank you for that. But I do honestly think that that's another avenue for your book to help people are the parents.
Yes.
Because they may be feeling a certain way and not sharing it adequately with the other.
Yes.
And so your book, I bet, would really help prevent, you know, some marriages from faltering or dissolving altogether.
It's such a painful situation to go through until both, whoever is going through it, you have to understand we all grieve, and we all grieve differently. There's no 2 people that are going to grieve alike.
Yeah.
So just be understanding of your loved one.
Yeah, I know. So we have 1 minute. So what I want to do with this 1 minute first is just say thank you so much for your courage to allow you listen to God. You wrote that book, and then to share it with others, because I know that this is just the very beginning of the journey with you in this book to help so many people. So thank you for your courage in writing it and sharing it. Thank you for being here.
Thank
I really appreciate it. And so I hope that everyone else out there watching, my name is Ellen Contreras, host of Treasure Coast Connector, and I just hope that everyone has a safe, productive, and wonderful week. And until next week, I miss you already.